we didn't really care about the next generation. The next generation didn't really matter. The reason that we call the next generation the now generation is because somehow we missed the last generation. We missed millennials. Millennials aged, born at 1981 to 1996, aged 23 to 38, now represent the largest living population in the American workforce. 1 in 3 people in the American workforce is a millennial. By the year 2025, 75% of the American workforce will be millennial. Which means miraculously, somehow, we found a way of crawling ourselves out of our parents' basements and getting jobs. Almost all of them. Now, let me tell you our tragic, barbaric, brutal mistake. Let me show you how we failed. 59% of millennials raised in a church have dropped out and no longer attend. 35% of millennials have an anti-church stance, many of whom think the church does more harm than good. And here's the statistic that's really staggering. Only 2 in 10 people under the age of 30 consider attending church important at all, an all-time low. Which leads me to believe that there is an entire generation out there who are shaping our present and our future who do not know about the scandalous love and unrelenting grace of King Jesus. What is going to be our response, Stone Creek? In the year 2017, Forbes magazine did a study, and they said that Sandy Springs, Georgia is ranked as the number 10 place in the entire country for millennials to live. So Stone Creek, we're going to Sandy Springs, and we're going for a generation. We're going for a generation who's been forgotten and overlooked and who researchers have called the lost generation. We're going because the perimeter desperately needs a church like ours. We see an unapologetically Jesus-centered church for a generation of people who are burnt out on legalism and tired of religion. I've got friends who are millennials who grew up in this generation who say, I haven't given up on God. I just feel like the church gave up on me. Not our church. We're going to be a church that fights for relationship with people who are isolated and alone in an online world. We're going to be a church that fights for the doubter and the skeptic and the cynic and the sinner to have a place at the table to know that they matter. We're going to fight to create environments to talk, to courageously step into conversations that the church has avoided, to step into the most delicate, intimate parts of the human experience that make people question whether or not there is a God. We're going to go to determine to disciple a generation, equip a generation that we previously just tried to entertain. We're going to elevate the conversation, to talk about stuff that matters, to elevate the dignity, the value, the worth of people from all walks of life, all races and all colors, all ages. Then we're going to elevate the name of Jesus so boldly, so aggressively, so transparently, and so sacrificially that an uninterested world must take notice. We're going to Sandy Springs, and we're going for a generation to wake them up to the wonder of Jesus. And so where do we go from here? We need you.